Hello, I'm here to talk to you today about the I'm So Military video. Now, I believe the only good thing about that video was the catchy tune, and the rest of the message was distorted and rather biased. While creating the talking points, I came up with 6 general categories on why this video is flawed. I'll share the first one with you. Factual arguments. There really weren't any. While he was displaying the video, the text on screen moved by so quickly. A, you could barely read what was on screen, and B, if you looked at the source, they really weren't valid. The first source was CNN, and as we know, CNN is a rather leftist news network, and it would certainly display anti-war sentiments. The second is Wikipedia. While Wikipedia can be factual, it also can be very wrong, and all major institutions frown upon using Wikipedia as a valid source for any kind of document or message. And the last site, which I thought was humorous in his video, was antiwar.com. And I know that if you're going to write a paper, you don't use a source that is a direct supporting of what you're saying, and you shouldn't make a video with the same principle. You can't use an anti-war site for an anti-war video. That's not proving it's wrong, that's just saying more than one person agrees with you. Now, the next point I have is that he really didn't list a unit, or he didn't give any, reason for his military background. He really could be anyone. He could be just a college kid who doesn't like the military, or God knows what. It really was ambiguous in that regard. My third point would be that he was a lot of times trying to appeal to your emotions instead of logic. He used fear, and he made you feel bad about being in the military. He basically put on the generalization that all people in the military were murderers and killers, while in fact the military can turn people from murderers and killers into respectable citizens. Look at people with bad backgrounds who go into the military and become successful people, and they shed that bad background because they were, treated with respect, but also they're disciplined in the military. Now, another line he used as far as emotions is, you would be upset or angry if it was your kid who died or drafted in the military. While I'd be upset if he died in the military, I'm sure most of us would be proud if our kid was going to go shipped off and defend millions of people and, be ridiculed for it and still want to do something great and be part of something a lot bigger than you and me. Now, the next thing I want to tell about is his horrible comprehension of the military. I mean, he didn't even mention ROE, which is the rules of engagement, and we have to follow those. So, in truth, we really are respectable during war. We have to only shoot when being fired upon, and there's a lot more technicalities that we have to follow before we can even shoot the enemy and become murderers, as he stated. So, I don't think he understands all facets of the issue. He made it sound like the United States military is a killing machine, but really, in comparison with all other militaries, I believe we are of the highest standard. For the reason is, we're not required to build schools while we're there. We're not even required to help the people. However, we do it anyway, not because we're forced to, but because we're good people, and we believe that they need to be helped by the Western culture. Schools, sanitation, education. Schools and education, the same thing. However, you get my message that we really want to help them, and they're rejecting it, but we're still doing it. Obviously, we can't be that immoral. And the last thing I just want to mention about horrible comprehension of the military is that war has been always a horrible thing. No one ever fights wars with pens or quills. We fight them with sword and shotguns. I mean, that's just how it goes. War's never been easy, and it's always been horrible. But you just hope that it gets finished quickly. Believe me, I'd like nothing more than to send the troops home, but, they are there for a reason. And my last point would have to be that they're fighting for him. I mean, the soldiers over there are giving they're giving their lives and a lot of their time, and, they could be doing a whole lot of other things, and I'm sure, I know me personally, but I'm sure they would rather be at home playing checkers with their kids and getting shot at by machine gun fire, but they're doing it because, well, they want to serve the country and they want to serve you, and I know he has protection of the First Amendment to say what he likes, but I'm not sure it was a great use of it. Just as my final thought, I really believe you should support them. You know, even if you don't agree with them strongly or if you don't think they're doing the right thing, you should still wear your American flag and support our troop on the back of your vehicle. Because they are doing what they're doing, and they're asking nothing in return except for the support of the American people. And let's give it to them. Now, I'd just like to thank you for listening, because I know listening to someone talking for 6 minutes isn't exactly the most fun thing to do, but I appreciate you taking the time to listen to it, and I'll probably be rolling out with more of these, so subscribe if you'd honestly like. You don't have to. I just wanted to get my thoughts out on this video. Have a good day.